hello, let me introduce you all on YouTube to Ace and Rich Guzman, who I met on a 30-day YouTube challenge, and I love them ever since. And I keep following them, and they're amazing. So I've noticed that they're quite successful. So I'm going to ask them a couple of questions about how we at home can actually get through all the jungle of daily actions. So can we go straight to the chase and do daily actions first? What daily actions can we do, and how to log it, and how to get peace in the chaos of daily actions?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us here. We're really excited to come and be your guest today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you invited us here, and you came across to us as somebody very dynamic that wanted to really grow their business. And we met through Mark Harvard's 30-day YouTube challenge. That's how we met.
Awesome. Yeah.
And you won, so congratulations to you as well. You were definitely a great sport. And
you're a go-getter, because you said you were going to make it happen.
Yes.
And you did.
You definitely did. And then, we started connecting, and you reached out to us. He's like, can I do an interview? And we're like, yeah, sure. No problem, And you learned a lot through a lot of our YouTube videos as well, coming to our channel. And, a lot of the things with the thumbnails, because we won the actual contest.
That was amazing. You won hands down. Hands down. I'm going, that's the one. It's squiggly wiggly. Yeah, squiggly wiggly one with all the colors. Yeah, definitely.
So we were there, and but yeah, thank you for having us. And we'll tell some of you guys, if you don't know who Ace and Rich are, we have a bit of a story that we like to share with you guys, and then we're going to give you some tips and answer that question for you as best as we can.
Thank you.
But Rich and we met each other online, so that's how we actually met. We met online.
Yeah.
Right, way back when, in 2010.
2010.
Yeah. And at that time, I was a single mother. I was living in New Jersey. I had my son, and he was still a little boy. He still was a little boy. And I was working 2 jobs and going to business school, which is basically college, at night. And I was studying business. And so I'm doing all of this stuff while building a network marketing business on the side, right, with a little bit of income that I had. And I was struggling badly. I was doing everything my upline was telling me to do to get customers and clients. And so, I put my life at risk, because at the area that I was living in Trenton, New Jersey, it's not the best neighborhood. But you know what? I was so hungry. I was a go-getter that I didn't care where the people live. I just wanted somebody to see my presentation. Right?
You were looking for change, definitely.
I was. I really was. Because my goals were big and my dreams were huge. But at the same time, I was willing to risk anything, even being a single mom, going in bad neighborhoods, doing home parties and product demonstrations. And then on top of that, if I got clients or prospects, I would have to bring them to a local meeting to go see an MLM presentation. And that's how it was for me. And I burned myself out doing presentations in my own home for so long. My voice started to disappear. That's how much presentations I was doing manually. No computer, no internet, none of that. This is the old school way I was doing things, marketing. And then I decided, after my hours were changing, I brought my son to work one day with me. And, I thought it would be okay, because there were times where I just break my heart leaving the house, and my baby would be in the window and banging on the window, and he would be like, "Mommy, don't go." And I was like, "Oh, I got to go to work. I'm sorry. I got to start the car. I got to go. Bye. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow."
I know, he didn't understand either.
He didn't understand that. He was a little kid. And one day I took him with me to work, and my boss just snarled at me and was just like, "Don't bring your kid here. It's not really safe for you to bring your kid here. He's making a lot of noise. He's crying, And then that's what really did it for me. And I was just like, you know what? I got to figure out something. I can't keep living like this, working for somebody. Right. I need to build my own business. I got to achieve my dreams and my goals. I want to do something big."
And here I come along in 2010.
And then I meet you online, right?
Yeah. I come along in 2010, and I meet you online, and then we met up and everything. And my story is I started in 2008.
Stop. We've got somebody on. We've got Victor Paredes in Texas, and he's going, hey, howdy, because I've got this little Victor here.
Hello. So what happened is we basically we came together in 2010, and then from there I started in internet marketing in 2008. And this was started my first company. online, learning how to generate leads, learning how to build a list, learning how to follow up, all those different things. And I was just like, I kind of like this. This is not like, your typical type of business. It's online and you can make money online. Wow, it's really possible. So, I got started. I learned some skill sets and struggled in the beginning and had some great success, and then lost it all afterwards and had to start all over. But when I met her, I was at my point that I was still making money, but I was starting over at the same time.
I had my own YouTube channel, and at the time, before YouTube was hot with interviews like this, like you're doing right now with StreamYard, I was doing this on just YouTube by itself. That's it. Yeah. YouTube Live. Yeah.
So and for me, my background is, I'm a musician professionally, played on stage, toured, recorded 2 CDs, ended up, playing for different places around. And, it was exciting. My job would be Best Buy, right? Yep. I worked at Best Buy, Geek Squad. And what happened was, after I met her and things weren't going so great, I was in the middle of just redoing things over. What happened was I ended up going back to the same job that I actually left in the first place. So, hey, I have great success. Goodbye. Hey, I needed my job back. So it was a tough pill to swallow, but I had to do it. But I had a different mindset, because during the time that I was having success for the first time around, I hired a personal coach. And that personal coach really helped me with mindset. I went to California, spent 3 days with him, and he taught me a lot about being wealthy, taught me a lot about how to make money, that it's not about the tasks that you do, it's all up here. And I totally get that, because there's always challenges that are always happening in our minds. So from there, just went back to work and started building an online business again from scratch. And, we struggled for a while.
We sure did.
But we never quit.
No.
But I kept the basic skill sets in mind, you know what I mean, and what I needed to do and things like that.
And he took what he knew, and he was like, one day he was just working in my mom. He moved in with me. So he lived in New Jersey when we met and everything. He stayed with me.
Couple years.
Yep. And then one day he got a $10,000 check, and I got angry, and I was just like, what the hell? Come on now. You got $10,000. I got a check that's for $3.33. Something's wrong here.
It's understanding marketing. That's what it's all about.
And he told me, you got to learn online marketing. You got to understand about marketing, because most network marketers are not taught marketing. And I was like, you know what? You kind of have a point to that. But what do I need to do? How do I begin? And I was a total newbie.
She's like, you got my attention. I got a $10 check over here, and you make a $10,000 check. So tell me, I'm all ears.
I'm all ears. I waved my white flag. I'm like, I give up. I want to learn this.
And don't forget, I was living with her, at her mom's house, right? And we literally, like, my desk was here, and behind me was her.
Yeah.
So, she would see what I'm doing and stuff like that. She's like, what are you doing?
I would see everything. He would do
so
videos.
She didn't understand.
And I saw how he would formulate his videos. And, then he taught me blogging, and he was like, I think you have a knack for writing. You should be doing some blogging. We should create a blog, have it aceofrich.com, and we should have you just writing blog posts every day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then so as things were like still kind of a struggle at this point, because after that $10,000, it seemed like everything was just a lot harder. Company went away and everything. And then what happened was, going back to work really taught me a lesson, because if it wasn't for my own personal coaching that I actually invested in, I don't think I would have been headstrong after what I went through. But because of that coaching, it really helped me stay headstrong and understand the value of being an entrepreneur.
And he was my coach.
Yeah, and what it really takes. And so what I did was went back to work. I started over from scratch, and I started just running traffic, started generating leads, the skill sets that I know, and then we found an offer. I got an email from this guy that I knew this woman since 2009. She said, hey, do you know this gentleman? And I'm like, no, I never heard of him. He's like, well, he's part of the company that you've actually been promoting in the past, and he's on the all-time leaderboard. I go, really? Let me go take a look. So I go look at the leaderboard. I see this individual, and I go, oh, wait a minute, this guy's got to be really good if he's next to the guy that I joined in 2008, because that guy is a multimillionaire. I learned a lot from him. So therefore, that guy must know something, because he's next to that person who I was mentored by. So I'm like, this is interesting. I got on his list, and I started getting emails from him. And then when I got that email, immediately I jumped ship. I said, you know what, we're struggling for a while now. I need to find out what's so different about this. And so I saw the emails like, oh, $1? I spend more money than that online. I'll take $1, right?
Right.
I said, wait a minute, you could save, $10 a month by doing $37 a month? I'll save $10 a month and do $37 a
little
month.
side note, the hubby bought without telling the wifey. Okay, so he bought without telling me first.
So what happened was I ended up literally just taking action.
Yep, you did.
And I went through this curriculum
with me.
It's called the boot camp. We did it together.
We did it within 4 days.
We locked ourselves up and started studying.
We unplugged the phone, eliminated all distractions, told the child, go watch all the cartoons, play video games. We're gonna study.
And from there, I don't know. It was right timing, right offer, and we're gonna get into that in a moment, right? The right offer is very important.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, this offer really works. Like this really works, right? And we just started growing like fast.
Very fast.
And I'm like, oh my God. So when we started, diving in deeper and learning and seeing these skill sets come about, then it automatically just changed everything for us. And we started seeing great, immense results in our business.
Right.
So over the years, we've learned why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we'll continue. So next question.
What was the turning point then? So you were taking action, but
Yeah.
what different actions did you take to actually blast your business off into the orbit to get the 10K? What did you do?
It was actually doing several things.
Yes.
It's not just one thing. Building an audience on social media.
Yes.
And then engaging with that audience in social media.
Yes.
And then selling to that audience in social media.
Yes.
Okay. And that took some time because we've been doing that for a while.
Right.
But not only just any audience, you have to build a target audience.
Very targeted.
So you have to know the audience and where they come from.
Right.
Your potential buyers, right? So we have to engage with those potential buyers. They're not buyers yet. You're the one that has to turn them into buyers.
You do.
So what we did is we started sharing results.
Yes.
The leads flowing in. Hey, look, I got 50 leads in one day.
Curiosity posts.
Yeah.
On social media.
Here's 50 leads coming in one day. Here's we got 100 leads in one day. Everybody's like,
no money claims.
How are you generating all these leads? I can't even generate one lead for the life of me. I'm like, well, if you want to find out, click on the link, right?
That's it.
And then from there, we started doing paid traffic, more paid traffic.
Yes.
And we started understanding the importance of the right offer, the right traffic, and the right follow-up.
Yes.
Those 3 principles could set you free if you do it right. Okay?
Yes.
See, have you ever heard, and I'm sure everybody probably heard this, have you ever heard the money's in the list?
Oh, yes.
That's a big lie, right?
I do, yes.
That's the
because
biggest marketing lie.
It's if you know them and they like you and trust you, it's best to have a small list than a giant list that doesn't buy anything.
Well, that's true.
But there's more.
There's more.
Because this might be a wake-up call for maybe why you're not getting results, because you think that the money is really in the list.
Yeah.
What you've been told is one big fat lie.
Yeah, we've been lied to for so long, many years ago.
Yes.
And I've been told this day in, and I still hear it. Oh, the money's in the list. The money's in the list. Okay, gurus, how come you're not telling these people that the money is not in the list? The money is how you work the leads on your list. How do you work the leads on your list is the important part, and nobody's teaching you. And this is why the offer that we actually got into taught us these things. Help us understand how to break down those leads and separate the serious from the curious. Right? So now we know. Now we know how to, create buyers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You just can't build a list and not, and just follow up. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a strategy in place how to work those leads. You see, the money is not in the list. The money is how you work those leads on the list.
See?
And how do you work those leads on this list, please?
We'll be here for a while. I can tell you it will be more than one list. So you have one traffic source coming in. You're going to have multiple lists, and you have to work those multiple lists.
Right.
Okay? It's important to understand that you want to warm people up, and then you want to have a strategy, and I call it my battleground, on how to move people to different areas.
Right. You segment the list.
You have to learn to segment the list.
You got to segment.
So if you open that link, you go to that one. If you open that link, you go to that one.
Pretty much, but there's a strategy on how to do it in a certain way so it's not complicated. Most people complicate this stuff. It's like you get all these crazy diagrams from different areas, from the left to the right, to up there. It gets nuts. You don't have to do that. You got to keep it very methodical. I teach people in an ABC step-by-step fashion on how to do it, and they get it, and they're getting results just from me teaching that ABC formula.
Yes.
We have something great going on with us, is that when we teach something, we know how to teach it in a more simplified fashion, so it makes sense to a lot more people. Because when they get training from online marketing, a lot of people use really big words and big jargons, and they get confused and they get overwhelmed, and they don't even know what to do. I say, forget about those words. Let me share my words with you.
Right.
And you can understand that that's what it means. And you can understand it.
I've learned from the emails, you can have a getting to know you sequence, which is the soap opera sequence.
Right.
And then you have stories like Seinfeld and one-off Seinfeld, stories. But what I forget to tell you is, if you do a video, for example, on YouTube, you need to connect with them saying, hey, I just did a video. Is that how you would recommend if you've got people on your email list? Don't have just 30 emails. These are high converting, money making niche emails. You have to throw in the human ones as well.
Well, you have to build that trust in the beginning. That's why that indoctrination soap opera is important.
And you have to be careful of the copy that you use in your emails, because a lot of that will trigger the spam bots, which will actually put your emails unopened.
And you'll get less open, so it defeats the purpose of building a list, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is you need to understand is that here's one thing that really hit me hard. You have to understand your offer. And your offer and your emails have to tie into what's related to that offer. So what I mean by that is, like, if you have different funnels you're running, your email has to be congruent to what that funnel is about. So when I tell a story in my broadcasts or my emails, I make sure that it's a value-based email that tells a story and a business lesson in that story. And I make sure that when I do a call to action, it's related to exactly what the funnel is about.
So it has to be congruent.
Yeah.
That's very, very key.
That's cool. So at the end of the video, I'll get them to put the link at the bottom. Hey.
Well, yeah. So let's say you have a funnel that says, how to live a laptop lifestyle, right? For example, and your funnel, when they go click on the link, and it's a laptop lifestyle funnel, and in the email you can say, if you want to learn to live a laptop lifestyle, right? Just check it out here. I'm matching the message with what they're about to see, so that way there's no surprises. Because if I say, okay, well, let me show you how to make money in 90 days. They're going to click, but it's not going to match the laptop lifestyle funnel, right? So I know that no matter how many funnels come at me, whatever offers out, I promote multiple offers. I know for a fact that I could write an email, and that offer, whatever is specific to, I could write an email around that, put a lesson, a value-based email around that, and then the call to action, bang, I know exactly how to write it, that call to action to go to that offer.
So could you give us an example call to action that you give at the end of your emails?
Well, like one of our offers, we have something called the profit shortcut. And what I do is I'll say in my email, I'm like, if you want to learn exactly how to create a profit shortcut, in your business, click here, right? Or if you want to, learn to create a profit shortcut, right? Just click on the link. Or I'm always saying what the offer is about.
Right.
So another offer we have is let's see here, how to copy your way to success or something. And in my email I'll say, look, if you're looking for a way to copy success, go here. So I know for a fact when somebody clicks on that link, they heard my voice or saw my words, right? And then they click on that link and went to the page. That writing, I picked some words off of that writing, so it matches exactly what they just saw.
So how do you get people to open the emails? Because it gives me 5-10% open rate. I got one at 39% once. Hey, that was the best one. But it's on average, it's about 10 to 15, isn't it?
Open rates are kind of funny because sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, and sometimes you really are, and then you're getting a less open rate because maybe some spam words or something. But let's say that, you know, the words are fine and everything, and you get a decent open rate. Maybe that title was because you created curiosity in the title. You didn't give it away in the title. So you made them want to open up that email.
Right.
See, that's the first step to get more opens. You got to create some weird titles to get that attention.
Like one of our emails that we tested, the subject line was, "I think about you in the shower." Well, what the hell does that have to do with business, right? So when we put something like that in a subject line,
we know that through our mentor.
Our mentor taught us that subject line because he used it and it got the highest open rate ever. And so what was cool about that is it created curiosity.
Yeah.
You see, you don't have to always talk about, bless you, you don't have to always talk about money claims in subject lines. That really doesn't what appeal to, you know, your market. You really got to like pique their interest.
And the marketplace is changing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the marketplace is shifting. And it's shifting more of a value-based market, not really spammy market.
Yes.
Like back in the day, spamminess worked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Backed off or anything.
Right.
Now they're a little bit more sophisticated when they're doing the research. So if you are teaching a lesson and you're being valuable in your emails, I didn't even talk about pre-sale pages, right? You have to create some pages with the video embedded, so you're pre-selling the offer as well. So there's a lot of things you can do, but the best that always worked for me is separating my lists and having value-based emails go out, story-based, and just working those leads like really, really hard.
Always.
And now, you know, that you know that, now that we spill the beans, your business will change. Now you'll look at your business differently because everybody will tell you that money's in the list, and now you know that's not the truth.
Right.
You know, marketing.
Okay, give us, for instance, I think about you in the shower. What the hell would you write in an email about that then? I'm thinking about a rich naked. Oh my God. No, you can't do that.
No.
No, but the content of that email was very good because it was about my mentor's girlfriend. And you know, he put a story into it regarding his personal life.
Yep.
And then he tied it into a business lesson.
Yeah.
So that's how you get really crafty when it comes to email marketing, is you really got to think about creative writing. And you want to always tie in your past experience. Like you could talk about the nightmare and then tie it into the business as a business lesson.
Yep.
That's the way we do it.
Like, for instance, like the way my mind works now, like in the beginning, trust me, guys, I couldn't write an email for the life of me.
We had 0 open rates before when we first started.
And I can tell you that even before I met you, like it was like, what is this stuff? What is this marketing stuff, right? So I'm putting my head in you guys' shoes if you're new. Like I remember looking at my autoresponder and going, oh my God, how do I do this? You know, how do I figure this out? You know? So my mentor taught me, he said, open up a separate Gmail account and pick 5 competitors in your market. It has to be your market, your niche, and study how the emails are being written, format, storyline, but they have to be successful. So what you do is you go through the leaderboards in these different companies, you find out who are the players, who are the winners. Get on their list and look at what they're doing. You pretty much just model after it. You don't copy it, but you model after it.
That's exactly what Mark Harbert said about the videos, isn't it? Go to your top 5 competitors.
Exactly.
Find the top 5 titles.
Even
and
further,
go and copy them.
You want to study the competition.
Yeah, that's one
Always
lesson I
wanna study
learned.
the competition.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, actually, because I wouldn't have thought that with emails. But that is a brilliant piece of advice.
Yeah.
Well, big businesses, you know, if we talk about the traditional businesses like, you know, Fortune 500 $1 million companies, you know, people who owned companies like Hugh Hefner, he owned Playboy, right? But also he had a competitor. He had a Penthouse.
He studied his
and
competitor.
he studied his competition. Yeah. So doesn't it make sense that if you're also in business, that you should study your competitors too? Because if there's no competition, there's no business.
Exactly.
You got to have competition.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. You're brilliant.
So what I do is I make sure that, you know, I study other competitors. I know who my competitors are.
Right.
And I make sure that, you know, and then what happens after a while, you start to see a little formula. You start to go, oh, okay, so these guys are doing it now. They all kind of sound similar, even though it's all unique. It's a formula. This is not rocket science. Okay, I get it. So after a while, what happens is you learn the formula by studying other competitors, And then you just start to write emails on your own because you realize like,
Yeah.
I could literally go shopping and I could have such a dumb experience and make it into an email,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, and like anything could become an email.
Anything.
Anything.
Okay, you go to the supermarket and
Okay, so you
come
go to
on, make an email.
okay, so you go to the supermarket and
Okay.
you know, I can put the title in. I just pulled in. Is my title.
Yeah.
So I just pulled in. What does that mean? I just parked.
Yeah.
So now I start writing the email and I start, I just pulled in. I was just about to go shopping. And what I notice is, I always wonder what people are doing on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I remember when I was working and now I get to like be home at like any time that I want. And I literally just see people just rushing around and trying to get in and out of places in a rush all the time. And here I am, I'm just coming in the supermarket and I'm just taking my time. Life seems to slow down a little bit for me now. And I feel like I'm making time stand still while time is moving around me very quickly. And I can just feel like that.
I'm hooked already. This is brilliant.
You know what I'm saying? But what was the title? I just pulled in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see, it's like that I create career. Well, he just pulled in. Where did he pull into? You know what I mean? It just creates that curiosity.
Yeah.
You know? So that's how you can make pretty much an email out of anything.
You really can.
You
You
know?
always want to tie it into like the business lesson where, you're talking about, the pains, problems, and the challenges, but also sell the dream, sell the vision.
Yeah.
The vision is freedom.
But
the freedom is going to come, but also it's going to come with after you go through that pain.
Right. But notice how in the email, what I was talking about, though,
Mm-hmm.
in this email I just created right now, I talked about the importance of thinking how it was when I was working. Now, why would I say something like that? Because I want to connect with the with the person who's looking at my email and saying,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I'm working right now and I feel like I'm always rushing around all over the place. And
Right.
and I can really get deep into that email and go, I see people rushing around. I remember when I used to rush around just to get to work, and I would just literally be exhausted when I get home. I didn't have really much time to run my business or anything, but the little things I did really mattered, So what if I could show you a way that you could just do a few things a day and start building your side income or your side hustle? So that way you don't have to worry about being exhausted in the future. You can plan that right now. Did you know that just by doing a couple of things a day, you can plan that and get it going? So let me ask you this. Where do you want to be in 2020? Where do you want to be in 2021? Right? The answer is simple. Click here.
Yeah. Oh,
See?
I'm going to get on your list. Then
A lot of people do that because they want to see how we write, They want to get inspired. And there's nothing wrong with being on other bloggers and other people's lists, but you have to be selective and make sure that it's in your market. It's in the same niche as you, because you could be writing about things that's not even relevant to your niche. Yeah. So studying your competition, learning about how their style of writing, and then find your own voice, find your own style. Don't copycat, don't plagiarize. Learn and model. Right. Learn and model. Same thing with video marketing. Study, learn, and then model it into your own words.
Yep. In my soap series, I have 5 emails. I make my leads go through all 5 emails in order to go to my battleground, I like to call. So if they don't hit all 5 emails, they're not going to my battleground.
Cool.
Yeah.
She's like, I am soaking this up like a sponge. Is everybody enjoying this? You guys tell me what?
Amazing.
And the important thing is, there's no way, and I'm gonna just be really out there and be frank, because I've been a part of.
Real.
I've been a part
we
of.
We don't sugarcoat the industry.
I've been a part of Carbon Copy Pro, My Lead System Pro.
Yes.
I used to be an MLM Lead System Pro, because it used to be MLM Lead System Pro 2008, before it turned into My Lead System Pro. I've tried so many offers out there, and the important thing that I've learned is that you need to make sure that the offer is designed to convert with that cold traffic. If it's not designed to convert, and you're going to spend money, you're not going to be investing. See, there's a difference between investing and spending. So when you're spending money, it's because you just think that offer is going to convert, when the reality is that offer is probably not designed to convert. Right. You have to make sure that you go for offers that are being created, that are designed to convert, So that way you get those front end buyers coming in. And then also on the back end, you have people working for you to build in the back end buyers, right? This is how you make higher profits and stay sustainable in your business and be 100% free. If you don't have an ascension style funnel like that, it's hard, very, very, very hard to fire your boss and be free and stuff like that. So this is why, the move that we made was so important after what I've been through, after the struggles we've been through, even after that.
So we shifted away from MLM.
Yeah.
We left MLM and we decided to do high ticket affiliate marketing. That was
that was a gift. But even though not all high ticket affiliate marketing are created equal either.
There are not.
So you got to make sure that whatever offer they have, the best thing to do is run a solo ad, start testing it, see if the offer's converting.
Yes.
Right? And if it's not converting, your offer is shitty. I know, I'm being serious. So, and then, you have to have something that can build on autopilot for you while you learn the ropes. Now, here's one thing I wish I would have known earlier when I first got started in 2008. Well, first of all, it wasn't even really available. Thank God it is now. When you start as a brand new person, here's the difficult part. You're trying to figure out all these pieces to the puzzle, right? And you're trying to put all the pieces together and you're trying to get things going. But the problem that you're going to face is you don't have the skill sets to get those results. So what do? You lean on success. You lean on something that actually works.
That's right.
And then when it works, what you do is you work on one piece of thing. Now, one thing is one skill set. One simple skill set. Why everything else is doing the brunt of the work for you. And this is what we did. I had to literally empty my cup, start over again. And my coach told me, he says, look, he's like, Rich, he said, you got to stop trying to control everything. I'm like, I want to control it. I want to do everything, I'm like, no, stop. Okay, because we have it over here. We'll take care of it. Then we're going to teach you. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense, right? So I let go. It was hard because I was, I learned a lot over the years. So I let things go. I emptied my cup. And then I let everything just do its thing. And literally, like, the sales are just coming in. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, my God. Like, every week I'm getting sales now. Like, there's just nonstop. Now, what I was doing in the process is I was, of course, getting mentored. And I would show it with my work. And I would say, okay, look, I'm learning to write new emails. I want you to see my email because you would have to show your work. And as we were doing that, what we saw was my skill sets were developing as an email marketer, getting better, right? While the machine was running and making sales.
So what machine is this then? Tell us about this machine, because high ticket frightens the life out of people. Because if you're getting 10,000 in a month, which is everybody's dream, how much do you have to invest to get that 10,000 in the first place? I mean, do you have to invest 5,000 and then you sell it? Or do you have to invest 20,000 and then you get 50% and then you get 10,000? How the hell do you earn 10,000 in a month?
Okay, well, that's the thing. Bigger profits create more bigger paydays, right? That's common sense. So we have to make sure that we have to change our mindset and how we think about money.
It's a mindset.
And that was, that's a mindset shift. You have to really think about that. I spend tens of thousands of dollars in this industry. In the very beginning, I couldn't fathom spending that much money. Ever.
I couldn't even spend $9, and I came from the network marketing industry, and I never was taught to invest in myself. And there I am, where he taught me for the first time. He's like, "Oh, I want you to get this course because it's going to help you build your skill set, but it's only $9 for the ebook." And I'm like, I don't even want to spend $9. And he's like, "Okay, so let me tell you something. This Ace. If you can't spend $9 right now, what's going to happen when you become successful and you have to invest and scale and pay over $9,000, $10,000
in advertising?
How
are you going to look at money now?
How do you look at money?
You have you have to start somewhere.
Now I don't have a problem spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I don't have a problem with that because as long as it's going to go into my business, it's going into my intellectual capital. It's building up me as an asset. Right.
So think about this. So people get a little frightened about high ticket, and I'll tell you why. It's because nobody's ever really invested in themselves. Really in themselves.
Right.
Because people go to college and they'll spend 60, 80, 100,000, depending what college it is, right? And then now we're seeing the statistics, what's going on. There are more people in debt right now in college. I mean, literally. And they're not even working the job that they went to school for.
Right.
And that's sad. So I spent all this money, right? But I don't consider that investing in yourself, because investing in yourself is becoming an entrepreneur and learning how to build your own economy. That's what I mean. When you invest in yourself, you're building your own economy.
Yeah.
You're building your own skill sets. You can build an economy on your own for life, right? So like we know how to build our own economy. We understand the process. We understand the skill sets, right? That's something. How much would that be worth to you? You see, it's a whole different way of thinking.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, think about it. So when somebody says, "Oh, I got to spend like $2,000, $3,000," I'm like, so what? So what? And how much you have to spend when you go to college? How much have you spent on gas going back and forth to work for how many years?
Right.
Right. All the stuff that you're doing, you're investing in other people, other things, but you never invest in yourself. It's so sad. But even I went through that same problem in the beginning, so I know how people feel. So, but now on this side of the fence, I can say, think about this for a second. Would you rather sell an ebook for $27, or would you rather sell one product for like literally like $2,000 or $3,000?
Well, yes, but most people haven't got the $3,000 in the first place. They can't. They can only just.
Gotta stop you right there. Whoa. This is why you need to be coached.
Yes, because we've been faces. I mean,
we thought the same way before.
We've been
but you cannot make mistakes and assumptions like that.
Yes.
If you have not marketed.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Like, everybody's got it. I'm telling you right now. They don't know they have it, but they got it. Okay.
Yes.
They got it, and that's the thing, because people will literally spend more money on useless things. Okay. If they're not serving them well.
Right.
Instead of investing in themselves into a business. It's a known fact. It's a known fact.
That's brilliant, because if you turn it round and you say, well, you've got to invest in yourself, because I've got a program that's worth $500 and you can give out free holidays.
Yep.
And this woman, she was so excited. She was a beautician. If she'd only got a few hours a week that was filled, and she didn't know how to get clients. She was so excited. If you, and I'm going, this is perfect for you. If you got 10 massages with a free holiday to Paris, how many people are going to book you in and give you $300 or £300 in England? They're just going to be for it. You won't. You'll be too busy. Oh, I've got to run it by my husband, and he said no.
It's a whole different way of thinking.
It's sad. But hey, what can you do?
This is why it's important to know who your buyer persona is.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is your ideal customer. You have to be very specific on that avatar and get it down to that point where you know who is going to be a qualified buyer. Yeah. Because we've had people come in with trials for $1, and because the system, the way it is, it converts on the back end. We can turn that $1 trial into a $1,000 sale. Yeah. So it really, the sale is always the same, guys, no matter what you're selling.
That's a good point. Yeah. Because whether you sell let's talk about like just a $500 product, just to keep it simple. Whether you sell a $500 product or a $10,000 product or $13,000, $30,000, it doesn't matter. No. The sale is still the same. The only difference is when somebody invests more, they take their business a lot more seriously because they're more heavily invested.
Exactly. They will take it more seriously.
It's a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could say, how serious are you about building your business? Because you've just told me that you really need this.
Yeah.
Do you make the decisions? No, my husband makes the decisions.
Right, but what if I told you that I can teach you exactly how to build a business on autopilot while you're learning the skill sets of sifting and sorting with your leads, like I've been talking about, right? And everything else pretty much does the heavy lifting for you as you're learning the skill sets, like if you were doing it yourself.
The link's below with Ace and Rich. Actually, I might have a look at it myself, and then I'll put my link.
No, but it's true. I mean, we've taken brand new people,
total beginners,
who have come to us overwhelmed from the internet marketing space.
Yes.
And we told them, okay, this is what I want you to do. Now let's put in the 80-20 principle because it applies.
80-20.
So we have, let's say we have 10 people. Okay. Out of those 10 people, maybe a handful did everything I told them to do. The rest didn't do what I told them to do.
Can't be bothered.
The rest right now are not making any sales. Nothing is happening in their business. Okay. And they're negative. They're complaining. That doesn't work. But they're not doing anything. not even investing or anything. The few on this hand that took action, literally on the leaderboards right now. And one of the guys that we brought in also just made his first 5,000 in 1 month because he listened exactly what I told him to do. Now, when I tell you something to do, no matter what it is, there are going to be challenges. Right. Those are challenges that you have to face as an individual, as a human being, okay, to become an entrepreneur.
Right. I love learning though. If you tell me to do something, will I do it?
It's a no-brainer.
It is.
It's just a no-brainer. Not only that, but you want to be part of something that's always developing brand new funnels that are designed to convert, know what traffic source to start with, okay? Right. And not only that, but most people are not good at following up. Let's keep it real here. Okay?
Yeah.
So why not lean on something that can follow up for you and broadcast, okay? Because that doesn't happen anywhere else. And that way you can start saying, you know what? I like this. Now I have free time for me to learn my skill set instead of me going out there and going and trying to figure everything out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'd rather do this. I'd rather kick you off the ledge, right? Have you build your parachute on the way down?
That's right.
Because that's how you get results.
That's how you do it.
When you get to the edge of the cliff and I'm trying to click you off and you're hanging on to dear life, you're like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I got my foot on your back. I'm like, no, you understand. You have to. This is how it works. This is how it works. But that's how it is, though. Because it happened to me in the very beginning because I was told the same thing. Yeah. But I wasn't understanding about it. I didn't really fully get it. Now that I can get it.
Hours and hours and hours.
Leaders are not born.
They're made.
They're made.
Yeah.
By learning, doing, and teaching. Learn, do, teach.
That's right.
Exactly.
Anybody can call themselves a leader, but it's the action in itself and the consistency and the results.
Yeah, we train for our company. They have us train for.
We're the top trainers.
Yeah, we pretty much train for the company.
We train everybody.
That's how we train really well. And not only that, but just the importance of whatever you learn. Don't forget, whenever you invest something, never say you're spending.
Don't say spend.
You are investing in something.
Shift your self-talk.
You're investing in one of the most.
Into a different frequency because
invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you have to change the frequency. If you say spend, there's going to be a negative frequency to that. You have to shift it into a positive frequency. So you say investing.
I'm gonna do a little trick. Not a trick, but I'm just gonna ask you a trick. That's a trick question, but
we've got to watch the time. Don't forget, you've got a live thing in about 15 minutes. Tell us about that before you.
Freedom call. There's a freedom call.
Today's Thursday.
No, today's Friday.
Oh no.
We have 5 o'clock.
Oh no, we're good.
At 5 o'clock, we do our show.
So here's
our coaching. So we're good with you.
Here's a trick question. If I told you, would you be willing to invest $13,000 right now, and you can go to Maui and get about 3 to 4 days of solid marketing education? When you come back, you'll pretty much know everything about marketing.
Oof.
Would you do it?
Maui, Hawaii.
Would you do it?
Would you do it?
Well, you.
Would you do it? No,
obviously not. Nobody's got 13,000. You'd just go and get it, wouldn't you? You just beg, steal, or borrow it.
You'll get a loan. You'll figure it out, and you'll do it.
You'll get resourceful.
If you knew
really wanted it, you'll figure it out.
If you knew that you could learn the best marketing on the planet, because I truly believe I've been around the block.
Right.
The best marketing training on the planet. And I mean, like, we're not talking a rah-rah session here. We're talking about like nuts and bolts, meat and potatoes.
Intimate workshop.
We're talking about webinars. We're talking about like funnels for webinars. We're talking about you know how like all these platforms and all these companies, like how to learn to do that. Would you do it? Of course you would.
Yes.
Of course you would, because wouldn't it be worth it to invest in something more solid like that?
Right. You'd get about 13 million back, wouldn't you?
You tenfold, because you can create your economy.
Hey guys, those of you who are watching us live and seeing this interview, are you guys getting like tons of value or what? Like, have you ever heard it like this coming to you straight? Because if you are getting value, just comment below that you guys are getting value and just put value in the chat.
And here's what I learned about money. I want to share something about money.
Come on.
A lot of problem with the mindset of money is people think that the money belongs to them.
Yeah.
People think that money actually belongs to them. And the reality is that it doesn't. Did you know that? It doesn't. You know why? Because people that when they work, they get a paycheck, Where'd that paycheck go? Oh, I got to pay my car insurance. I got to pay my mortgage. I got to pay my electric bill. I got to, oh, well, I want to take my honey out for dinner. I go to the restaurant, right? So all these things that you do with your money does not belong to you. It always circulates.
Right.
So where do you want it to circulate? Do you want it to circulate back to you? Or do you want to circulate out and keep out and keep out and keep out and keep out? It's got to go back in.
So if you invest in yourself, it'll come back 10 or 100-fold.
Exactly. Right. But most people don't understand that.
Understand it's a mindset.
They don't get it. They don't
learning so much from this because I know I am.
They don't get it. And well, think about it. I mean, people have a lot of bills, right? In today's society, people working twice as much.
I haven't got anything left.
No, they don't. So what happens is they're using all this money on. Let's talk about Starbucks. Starbucks, right? Pretty expensive, right?
Even we have Starbucks over here.
If you can create your own economy, Starbucks is not expensive. You're giving to other businesses.
Right.
Different mindset. I don't mind letting money go because I know that's a business, right? When you let money go, it grows. If you don't let money go, it doesn't grow.
That's right. You don't let it go, you won't grow.
It's common sense. When I got this, when I understood this, and I said, you know what? Another thing I realized, money's a tool. I've never used money as a tool. Right? Because I had a problem with money mindset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The relationship with money is so important.
And part of being trained by my coach, he taught me about the relationship with money. And I said, oh my God, how come I was never taught this? We all want to hoard it, we want to hide it, we want to squeeze it and pet it, and, it doesn't work that way.
Or even if you've only got a little bit. I'll tell you what I did the other day. I was in the local supermarket and there was only 2 people. It was about 6 o'clock. 2 people behind me, they'd only got, say, £5 and at £2 worth of shopping. And I had the urge. I've never done it before. I'm going, have you heard of pay it forwards? And the assistant's going, no, what's that? Well, I want to pay for these gentlemen's £5 and that school kids £2 or whatever it was. And she hadn't got a clue what I was on about, but she went, I said, I'll go with the flow. This Indian guy was just going, thank you. And the other one, the girl, she was really chatty and she said, I've learned about this at school. It's called the law of attraction, isn't it? And pay it forwards. And I said, yes. But all you have to do now is just treat somebody, random strangers. And I felt my little heart was glowing all the way home.
And you know what, that's the kind of thing that goes on in the States as well, because it happens at Starbucks a lot, especially places like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, where somebody's in the drive-through and you're ordering your cup of coffee, but then the driver behind you already paid for it, so you can just go. And that creates the frequency of the law of attraction, and it starts to happen. And it doesn't have to happen in that moment. It can happen a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now. But as long as you keep putting out and giving back without expecting anything in return, even in business, like right now, just this kind of a coaching session and this type of interview with what we just dished out, like it's thousands of dollars for us just to hire us for coaching.
This is not a marketing ploy, right? This
not
is true.
At all. This is absolutely
you have to think about what we invested in what we're sharing here.
Absolutely.
And that's much more, I'm
total goal. What we're sharing.
I so appreciate your time, guys. I really, really do. You're ace.
We want to help as many people as we want to create as many 6-figure earners. We have a goal. Our goal is to create 100 6-figure earners in the next year. So we're looking for that next success story. We want you to be the next success story. And we're creating an army of new breed blood of entrepreneurs that are just not like the gurus. They have, compassion. They have that drive. They want to give back. They want to help, and they don't care about giving away the details about what they did because they know the 80-20 rule. So they know some people are just not going to take any action anyway. So why not give it away? Right?
That's true. You learned that.
Right, we're going to stop the live broadcast now, guys, because they've got to go to their live broadcast and they're going to teach, what was this again?
Oh, wait, we have we actually have our hot seat coaching call tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check your time zones. And you need to send us.
It's 5 o'clock my time because it's 5 to 5 now. And it's 5 o'clock.
It's 11 over here in Massachusetts, that's where we live. It's 11:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
I'm thinking in 6 minutes time they've got to jump on and it's like,
But you guys are welcome to come to that. You want to check out our stuff. And the brilliant thing about Hot Seat is we've been doing it for over 9 years consistently.
Yeah.
And it started out as beer and chocolate with Ace and Rich, and now it became Hot Seat coaching. So now people come up there and they get results. Like they'll ask us questions that they would normally ask their upline, but their uplines are just too busy. So they'll ask us and they're like, hey, can I pick you guys' brain and ask you this question, please? Just coach me on the spot. And we will. And then they'll just take action on what we tell them, and then they'll come back to the next session.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, I just got results. Like we have people sending us testimonies just from the Hot Seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right then, I'll end the broadcast, but I'll see you in a sec. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for watching the replay. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go and subscribe to Ace and Richie's Freedom by Design.
Freedom by Design YouTube
Freedom
channel.
by Design. The link will be below, and we can cross-reference everybody because we love everybody, don't we? We love to help people.
More abundance for everyone.
Yeah, send us a friend request on Ace and Rich. You can't miss us.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.